when you're not. Okay. All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Metro East Unitarian Universalist Congregation, and greetings to everybody who are watching remotely. Can everybody yell out hello to everybody out there? Hi. Okay, we are a welcoming religious community, and we are so glad that you are here. My name is Robin Berkeley. My pronouns are she, her. I have been a member of this congregation for a long time, since 2010. And I'm delighted that everybody is here today to celebrate with us. It's so good to see you all, new friends, longtime members, returning folks, and I hope that you will all take the time in coffee hour to reach out to someone new and say hello and offer them a welcome. We welcome everyone to this home of comfort, spirit, justice, and hope. We are Unitarian Universalists. Our prelude is a music video shown on the screen, Second Harvest by Michael Richardson. Come on in, Ma. If you sit still for a second, you can almost smell the pumpkin spice and the crunchy leaves from the fall, so I love that. An important ritual in the Unitarian Universalist faith is the lighting of our chalice. Unitarian Universalists have many different interpretations of the flaming chalice, including the light of reason, the warmth of community, and the flame of hope. If you're watching elsewhere and have a chalice or candle, please light it now as we all join in saying the unison words projected on the screen. We light this chalice in hope for the future of our church, our community, our country, and our world. May love center us always. Our guest speaker today is the Reverend Dr. Claudia Hall, our former minister, who will be delivering their portions on video, so here interspersed throughout. So I will turn it over to them for the opening prayer.
Will you join with me as you're willing and able in a spirit of prayer and meditation? Spirit of crunchy leaves and cool fall mornings, we give thanks for the delights of the season, even as we see the effects of the climate change that is happening in our forecasts. May we seek ways to live in harmony with the earth and each other as we walk together the wheel of the year and see the seasons change. Amen, and blessed be.
Just for anybody who's interested in knowing, I've spoken to Claudia a few times and she's doing really well. She says her health is so much better being up in the colder climate. So I know that was a hard decision for her, but a good decision for her nonetheless. Okay, so I invite you all to take a moment to greet someone you don't know as well this morning, and to make a new connection with someone you can get to know over coffee hour. Then we will begin our first hymn. All right, our first hymn, number 360, Here We Have Gathered. It's in the gray hymnal. And it is our tradition here to place our sermons and our messages in the context of our UU values. So I'll pass it back to Claudia to talk about the UU values relevant for today's message.
It is tradition here at the Metro East Unitarian Universalist Congregation to place each service within the larger values that we as Unitarian Universalists hold dear. This week, we lift up the value of gratitude. So often when we gather as a community, we are speaking of heavy things, of deep and challenging issues that face us individually, our community, and our entire world, things that have no simple or fast resolution. At other times, though, we gather together and remind ourselves that living a joyful life, that being together and being happy is resistance, no matter what is happening outside these walls. When we come together like this to celebrate, when we take the time to be thankful for what we do have, starting with things as simple as the beat of our heart, then we can cultivate a way of being in the world where outside challenges have their place, but they cannot destroy the joy in our souls because we are grateful to be alive. We are thrilled to be here with friends, and together we know we are building beloved community, and nobody can stop us from what is in our hearts. That is the promise we have from the values of our faith. Amen, and blessed be.
As part of our weekly worship service, we take the time for the expression of joys, concerns, and sorrows. Home for us means a place where we can share the things that weigh down our souls or that fill us up with joy, and where those we love surround us in good times and in turmoil. If you'd like to recognize a joy or sorrow milestone, you can come forward, place a stone or several stones in the water bowl to represent your joys and sorrows. There are stones here at the front. I invite you to come forward here from my left. Choose a stone, place it in the water. That is a symbol of what you carry in your heart. If you have mobility challenges, raise your hand and someone will carry a stone up for you, for we all share in community together. Let us be in a spirit of prayer and meditation. And for my own. So our children's video today is about the autumn equinox. So I'll let the video say what it needs to say.
What is the autumn equinox? The autumn equinox happens between the 21st and the 24th of September. It is one of the 2 times in the year that the hours of daylight and nighttime are the same, hence the name equinox, meaning equal night. During the time around the equinox, it is one of the best times to see the northern lights. You will also see the harvest moon. This is the full moon that occurs in September on the run-up to the autumn equinox. Why is the autumn equinox celebrated? It all started with pagan beliefs. A pagan is a person who has beliefs that are close to nature and not the main world religions. The wheel of the year. Pagans organise the year into a circle which works like a clock in a never-ending cycle. This circle is split into 8 sections, which works in conjunctions with the 4 seasons we already know: spring, summer, autumn and winter. Why not have a go at drawing your own wheel using illustrations and seasonal colours using the activity sheet linked in the description below? Because the autumn equinox marks a time when we harvest all things that have been growing over spring and summer, they feel it is a time to pause and reflect on this. This coincides with the festival of Mabon. People may choose their own way to celebrate, but many light candles, watch the dawn, go into a natural place such as a woodland, eat harvest foods, play music, or spend time reflecting. Who was Mabon? Mabon is a Welsh god of the harvest and fertility that made the food and crops grow. He is shown in drawings as a man with a harvest, wheat, crop and food. Why not check out the next video all about how harvest is celebrated around the world?
All right. Kids are going out? Oh, sorry. I turned the page. As you journey, may you know, love and hope go with you, love and hope go with you, learn and grow. Sorry, I turned the page in the script. I'm improvising today because I wasn't supposed to be here and then Jesse got sick, so stuff happens. It's okay. Okay, our next hymn is a video song called Mabon Chant. Follow along with the words to the side of the video. I'm trying to read what it said and it made no sense to me when I read it, so I'm sorry. I'm like, oh, okay. All right, it's on the video, so wherever it is, just read it. There it is on the side.
Equal dark, equal light, sun and moon share equal time. From night to noon, harvest tunes circle round the right. Stay gives way to the night. Equal dark, equal light, sun and moon share equal time. From night to noon, harvest tunes circle round the right. As day gives way to the night. Equal dark, equal light, sun and moon share equal time. From night to noon, harvest tunes circle round the right. As day gives way to the night. Equal dark, equal light, sun and moon share equal time. From night to noon, harvest tunes circle round the right. As day gives way to the night. Equal dark, equal light.
And the message from Dr. Claudia.
Fall is finally here. Tomorrow we're going to celebrate the equinox, which is where night and day are absolutely equal as the wheel of our year turns into the darker half of the year. Frankly, autumn is kind of a greedy season, I feel. It gets everything. It gets all of the colors. It gets the reds and yellows and golds and greens and oranges, even the purples. It gets the best holidays. One where asking strangers for candy is encouraged instead of forbidden, and one where you eat all the food you can possibly stuff in your face and then lay around and watch TV. How good is that? Next, autumn gets weather. It gets weather that changes constantly. But unlike in the summer, where everybody's constantly griping about the weather, nobody seems to mind a little mist or fog or rain or some cooler afternoons after all the dragging heat and humidity of summer. Fall gets all the fun clothes. You get to enjoy wearing your hoodies and your flannels and your cute boots and your trendy accessories without the need to worry about snow pants and snow shovels and double thick gloves and how is your hat going to fit and do you have to worry about frostbite. And let us never be amiss in saying that, of course, autumn gets pumpkin spice everything, with no real pumpkins needed. Now, let me not forget things like corn mazes, pumpkin patches, leaf watching trips, and every kind of sports ball game you can think of, all of which start happening in the fall at the same time. Why is it that fall is so full and so busy, but also feels so wild and so magical? Coming into fall, we have harvest time, Thanksgiving, Candy Fest, also known as Halloween. We have these ancient fertility rites to ensure a good harvest. And we have modern rituals, like going to an orchard and apple picking and having donuts. These things all come together to make fall an incredible time of year. So many cultures love fall, even though throughout most of history, it was actually a time of backbreaking labor to get the harvest in before true winter arrived. For me, it seems that fall is that time where, as long as you have enough, everything is touched with just a little bit of magic. When you are cozy warm inside your snuggly clothes, it's kind of fun, even as an adult. It's kind of fun to be a dragon and watch your breath curl and steam in the cold morning air. When there's enough hot chocolate or cider for everybody, it's fun to go pick your own apples or pumpkins in the patch and to reconnect at least a little bit to nature. Now, I'm going to admit here, I am completely biased on this. Fall has always been my favorite season and continues to be so. For many of us, it's just a lovely time of year. Growing up in Florida, I didn't understand. People would come and they would live in Florida and then they would say, oh, the thing I miss the most is seeing the seasons change, seeing the trees change their colors. I never understood it because in Florida, I always felt like I could tell the seasons changed and the different sorts of seasonal things that would happen in Florida. It was very subtle, but it was there. And so for me, those subtle shifts were what made the seasons distinct and made them good. And I figured, why didn't everybody understand that? Then I moved to the Midwest and I realized why. Because here, fall is wild. Here, I can see why people miss the trees changing. I can see why people literally go on tours. They get on buses or trains and spend days or weeks traveling the country, chasing the fall leaves. Why? Because the rolling hills look like they are on fire from the color of the leaves. To just watch the way nature has gone and given you this unbelievable impressionist painting, the reds, the golds, the purples, all those colors I talked about. I realized this is why fall can be a profoundly awe-inspiring experience. I too would miss now this annual time of awe if I had to move away from it for good. Now, whether or not fall is your favorite season, it is a season of joy for many. And today, for just a little bit, I want to invite you to welcome in that joy and awe, that gratitude and wonder, and just let the magic of the equinox fill your bones with amazement. I think a lot of times now that we have scientific explanations for everything, we've gotten to the point where we forget how magical these things were to our ancestors. After all, it's a very strange thing that the sun rises and sets at different times all throughout the year. It seems like it's something that could only be the work of a divine being, that at certain times of the year when the crops need the most sunlight, the days are the longest. And then when you're in the coldest time of the year and the days are the shortest, the nights are extra long. How is this happening? Well, it must be the hand of a god, it would seem. And 2 days a year, and only 2 days a year, night and day, light and dark, are in perfect and complete balance in the world. That made these 2 days extremely special to our ancestors. They were absolutely magical days. Well, in this day and age, we may have answered why we have equinoxes, axial tilt and the way the universe spins, etc., but it doesn't mean that there is any less magic to this day. Frankly, it is a miracle that life exists at all, much less that it is so diverse and beautiful and joyous in its profusions of colors and ways of being. No matter what I study it with the eyes these days of a 6-year-old. My son will ask so many questions, and I think this is such a wonderful thing when we can look at the world through the eyes of a child. Because they will ask questions to things that we've known the answers to for a long time, but when they ask us again, it reminds us of all the wonder that is there. Things like, Mommy, why do whale sharks eat plankton? It does seem strange that the very biggest fish in the whole entire world eats the very tiniest things in the whole entire world. Why is that? Why is it that the biggest things eat the littlest things? Doesn't seem to make any sense, but yet it's true. Things like the redwood forests, trees that are so massive that in certain parts of the world you can actually drive a car through one, but yet they are interlocked with their roots intertwining into one another, and the whole forest becomes, one great web of being. All of these things just are absolutely stunning. And for everything that we think we know, we may think we understand the redwood cycle, we may think we understand how whale sharks feed, but then there are things that we thought we understood, and now we're realizing we only know the tip of an iceberg. Look at the microflora in our guts, right? We have a universe in our intestines. It's amazing. I know, right? Talking about gut stuff sounds so gross, right? But it's true. Without these billions and trillions of little creatures inside of us, we would not be able to digest food. We would not be able to get the energy we need to exist. We depend on them and they depend on us. And we're just now starting to figure out the science of how all this works and how we need them and how they need us and how we influence one another, even in ways we never thought before. No matter what we're talking about, whether it's the biggest things or the smallest things, this world is amazing. Now, for many of you who have listened to sermons for a long time, right about here is usually when the but comes, right? Everything is beautiful, but it is in peril. Or everything works together wonderfully in a system, but we have to be vigilant or something's going to go wrong. The thing is, though, and this is what I want us to take away today, we really and truly need time away from the fight. We need times of pure celebration and joy if we're going to restore ourselves. And the fall equinox reminds us of that. Light and dark in perfect balance for exactly 1 day. Then for 3 months, it goes to the most out of balance day. Then 3 months to back in balance. Then 3 months to out of balance. And so on and so on. An endless celestial dance that is actually the only reason life on this planet works like it does. We need this dance, this pushing and pulling, moments of rest, pauses. We need celebrations and joy just as much as we need doubling down protests and fighting against all the things that come at us. So go ahead. This is your day, your perfect moment of balance, your once every 6 months chance to be absolutely on point with your gratitude and happiness game. Equal days are all possibilities put together. You have just as much time to sleep as to play games in your yard. You have just as much time to walk around a park and look at all the incredible animals and plants that form the little microhabitats inside of a park as you do to lay on a blanket and watch the stars in the Milky Way. You have just as much time to think about what builds you up and brings you joy as you do to worry about the problems of the world. In the Jewish tradition, we have these two poles all the time, right? We're always going back and forth between joy and worry, joy and worry. And in the fall, it's summed up very neatly, these two things in Jewish life, by the holidays that fall in this time frame. Together, they are called the days of awe. And it starts with the joyful holiday, Rosh Hashanah, which literally translates to the head of the year. It's the new year, it's the New Year's party. And it's also the fall festival. And it celebrates the wonders of a harvest and the joyful things that are happening and the hope for a good year ahead. So like most Jewish traditional things, there's food to eat, lots and lots of food. And in this case, you eat sweet things, traditionally apples or anything made from apples and honey. And then you wish each other a year bursting with sweetness. May you have a sweet year. What a beautiful New Year's greeting, right? Instead of Happy New Year, the idea of telling somebody, have a sweet year. Have a year that is dripping with honey. That's just a great way to start off a year. So you have this joyful, incredible holiday. And then 10 days later, you have Yom Kippur, the solemn holiday, where everyone fasts for 24 hours and then glumly wishes others, well, I hope you don't die this year. Okay, it's not actually like that. What the wish is we wish that you be inscribed in the book of life. But it equates to the same thing. And so what you have is joy on one hand and worry on the other. The worry being, well, I hope that the God that most of us don't even believe in doesn't strike you dead this year. It's a terrible holiday, and I really don't like Yom Kippur for a lot of reasons. But one of them is that it leaches all the joy out of a holy day. And I'm not saying by any means that every occasion needs to be a laugh a minute. But I do think we have to find ways in our life to smile as much as we cry, or else why are we doing this? I do not believe and will not believe in a God, in any God, that wants us to be pitiful and sorrowing martyrs full of wretched misery. I think that is a dreadful misreading of faith and a life that causes an awful lot of psychological harm. I think that entire idea that we need to, be beating ourselves up about stuff constantly, that we need to live in fear, that we need to be sorrowful over our many woes, I think all of that just needs to be chucked to the wayside and run over by big machinery. Instead of gloom and despair, what if religion was about joy and spare? Happiness and gratitude? Acknowledgement of challenges and growth edges, sure, but also a radical and courageous belief that this world is good and it can be even better. See, this is the magic. This is the magic that our Universalist ancestors gave us. And it comes straight out of both the Jewish tradition, where God saw creation in the book of Genesis. God sees creation and says it is very good. And it comes out of the pagan wonder. A lot of the early Unitarians, Universalists here in America were transcendentalists and pagans, and they were just very much out in nature, looking at nature-y type of things. And what they saw, and they had this wonder and delight in the natural world. And they had wonder and delight in a raw nature at a time when Victorian industry and the turn of the age was really trying to conquer nature. They were trying to see it for what it was. So the magic that these ancestors of ours in this tradition gave us says, here's creation and it's very good. Take wonder and delight in the natural world. Both of these strands of faith reject overly sad or dour thinking and replace them with a sense that the world is beautiful, life is precious, and we who are walking this planet have an incredible and sacred opportunity to make changes. We are given a sacred duty, an inalienable right by our faith heritage to actively co-create the world we want. We can co-create it both with other humans to create the social and moral world that we want to live in, and also with all other beings on this earth to create a world where all of the fragile and incredible wonder around us thrives and is welcomed. The land that I'm living on now, I have found out, is an oak and pine forest, and there's an endangered butterfly that can only live on one particular plant that grows at the edges of oak and pine forests. So guess what I'm planting a whole bunch of next spring? It's going to be this plant, right? Now, I don't know if those butterflies are going to come back and live in my special little plants that I'm planting for them, but I'm going to do my best that if they do come here, they will have enough food to eat, so that they will be able to live, because there's only one plant that their caterpillars can eat. Just like I've planted a ton of milkweed here, so that the monarchs who are here also can have enough food to eat. This is co-creating the world we want. I want a world where rare butterflies can exist, not because they're pretty, although they are, but because they deserve to be here. They were here before we came in and tore down all the trees and toxified all the air. And they deserve to be here still. Each of us has the opportunity to do this. We can create this wonderful, incredible world, but we have to be filled with enough joy to want to live in that world. If we're so busy being sad and downtrodden and downcast, then we can't see the wonder and the magnificent opportunities that are all around us. So my question for you today is not, how are you going to fight, or how are you going to dig deeper and pull up more strength to do the task? My question for you today is one of wonder and joy. What do you want to do to engage this sacred moment on this sacred day? How do you want to bring your love for Mother Earth, your awe for the sacredness of life, your gratitude for the gift of being alive, to this place and this time, and then change something in some small way to that ideal that you want to see? An equinox is a fragile time. It's a tiny little soap bubble of only 24 hours. For just this moment, this one precious day, all possibilities are endless. All options are ours. Let us go out in joyful wonder and ritual awe and seize the day, because fall is here and it is time for magic. Time to see it, time to feel it, and time to make it in our lives through our practices of gratitude, of joy, and of sharing hope throughout this beloved community. Amen, and blessed be.
Amen. All right. Our final hymn is a video song called This Joy, sung by the All Souls Choir of All Souls Unitarian Church in D.C.
This joy I have, the world didn't give to me. This joy I have, the world didn't give it to me. Oh, this joy I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. Ooh, this strength I have.
Nice song. Okay, as Pam passes around the offering basket, I offer this gentle reminder that this community of faith is supported only by your giving. However, if this is your first time here, you are not obligated to give, as we want this service to be our gift to you. Stewardship is more than just financial donations. It is also about donating time and talent to help our church. If you can't write a check, please help our church survive and thrive by offering your time to help make coffee, bring snacks, serve as an usher, serve on other committees, such as helping with worship on occasion. Please donate as you can with your time, talent, and/or treasure. All are needed for our church to prosper. Also, if you give cash, there were envelopes outside. You can let us know that you're donating, because your donations, no matter what they are, will make sure that you are eligible to vote as a member. You may also mail your financial gifts to the P.O. Box listed up there. You can give electronically through Givelify, which is located on the church's webpage. If you're willing to donate your time, contact a board member, Alex, and who else? Raise your hands. Allison. So we've got some board members here. Give what you will and what you're able, for you are a generous people. Join me in our offertory prayer. May this offering equip us to inspire love and seek justice. All right, water communion and potluck next week. It's our in-gathering service. For those of you new to the UU faith, in-gathering is when we bring everybody back together to technically begin our spiritual year. So Eden will be in the pulpit then, Sayer next, Keith. We did last week. I wasn't here. Yes, I know. I appreciate it. We did last week. So basically, water communion is just a way for us to connect the community in all different ways, and that we can put all our water into one bowl, and that bowl represents, the mingling of all of our experiences and love and support. And that's the way we talked about it last week. In a paraphrase, I think I did a fairly decent job of paraphrasing that. So it used to be kind of more like, oh, why do I want on vacation here? But now it's like, open up your tap, bring your water, make sure everybody feels like they are contributing to this pool of love that we are creating. So thank you. Huh? Got it? Okay, good. I think you got it. Thank you. All right, Sayer will be in the pulpit on the 5th. It's always a good time when Sayer's here. Keith Davis will be also leading his first service, and we're really proud and excited for him. Lynn Murphy will be here doing some lovely, fun music for us. And then Eden will close out the month on the 26th with another potluck, of course. We break down everything today, and then set up next week, and then break down again. I know, it is what it is. But the 5th, no breakdown, so we're good. Yay, I know. So far. It always could change, absolutely. Anything else? What do we got? Well, there you go. There's the water communion. Beautiful. Thank you. So, also, if you forget water, we'll have some jars and things you can fill it up. So, choir rehearsing first and third Sundays, right after church. All voices are welcome. You don't want mine. It's fine. Next. All right, we're good. All right. So I invite you to join me in reciting a prayer as I extinguish the chalice. The light of truth and meaning cannot be put out. We are keepers of this flame until we meet again. Turn to the screen for our closing words from Claudia.
May each of us leave this place refreshed and renewed, filled with gratitude for the life we have, this community that we share, and the joy that we have, that the world didn't give to us, and ain't nobody gonna take it away. Amen, and blessed be.
Amen. And our postlude?